the key to really getting the kind of love experience relationship you're looking for is to become what you're seeking, because that changes your vibration. And people who are not even able to handle the altitude that you rise to won't even see you as an option. So you don't even have to do that dance anymore.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Bobby Pin back with another artist spotlight. You already know what time it is. Same time, same place. Every week, Fridays at 3 and 5 p.m. and Sundays at 3 and 5 p.m. You can find me right here talking to today's stars, or tomorrow's stars today. So today I have a special guest with me. She is a healer. Okay, she is a motivational speaker, author, professional coach, and an ordained interfaith minister. I am talking about Thema Azize Serwa, and she is in the building, ready to join us right now. So I'm going to welcome her in. You guys go ahead and share this video with a friend. Come on in and share it with a friend right now. How are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's so good to be here. I love everything you're doing, and I'm so happy to see all the people hopping on.
Yeah.
Can't wait to chat with you.
I appreciate you, Queen. So talk to me a little bit more about what you do. Your name is Womb Sauna. So you have several titles here, but just really quickly, give us a quick overview before we get deep into the interview.
Of course, of course. So my name is Thema Azize Serwa. I have started a movement called the Womb Sauna, where I teach women how to heal everything. So pretty much anything a woman needs to live her best life, to live in the full expression of her power, our company provides. And I kind of got started in this work needing to heal my own womb. I had an ovarian disorder called PCOS. Some of the listeners may be familiar with.
I'm sorry
Did you
about
lose
that.
me? It's okay. I know
Someone
technology,
keeps
it
calling
works
me.
when
I'm
it
so
works.
sorry. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hopefully that works.
Nobody disturbs you, right?
Right.
I did that right before I hopped on because I know the feeling. So
Girl,
that's
nobody calls all day, and as soon as I'm trying to get some business done.
So did you hear me, or do I need to repeat? Did everybody catch that?
I heard, yes, you were telling us about PCOS, and that's
Yes.
where I got cut off.
Okay, so it's an ovarian disorder. Doctors told me I would never be able to conceive on my own without help. Like, they wanted me to come up with 15 grand for IVF. And at that time, I was in my 20s. I wasn't even ready. I just wanted to understand what was happening with my body.
Yeah.
And so I learned about alternative medicine. I read a book called Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. Shout out to her, because she put me on this path. And I started smoking my womb with herbs. I would get butt naked on a pot of herbs.
Yes.
And it changed the trajectory of my life. Doctors started saying maybe we misdiagnosed you with PCOS. My daughter will be 5 next month. You know, and so those odds were stacked against me, but I redefined them. And the unexpected change was I found out that I had all this creativity inside of me, and I birthed my business. You know, and so when women really tune into their womb space, your womb records everything happening in your life. So it may sound silly, but I started talking to my womb because I noticed whenever I laid with Boo Boo the Fool, her scent would change, or she would get, you know, so like my womb and I started this relationship, and it changed my bank account. It changed my perspective of myself. It changed my love life. Like, it hit every key area of my life.
Wow. That is so
Yeah.
powerful. That is so powerful. And now you're using these experiences along with your 2 bachelor's degrees. Okay, get into it. And a master's.
Yeah. Yes, and a
You're
master's.
using all of this education and the wisdom that you earned. I feel like you earned it
I
to help
did.
other women. So talk to me about the decision to make healing your business.
I felt like I was born for that. It wasn't until I really had my own. Oops. Stand just fell over. Okay, is this better? Okay, it wasn't until I had my own health crisis that I realized I think you've always been meant to be a healer. So like when I started with herbs, my mother reminded me that when I was a child, I used to dump out her lotions and make what I called my potions and stuff.
Wow.
I just feel like I've always been inspired to bring people together. I started my first business at age 6.
Okay.
And I opened children with attitudes. And so I've always kind of had that gift. But I was in corporate America and I realized I was changing when I showed up to the corporate picnic with a fro hawk and a nose ring. They was like, who is this girl? I'm doing all my black girl magic.
Listen, and okay, I'm ready to be me. Take it or leave it.
I was tired of navy blue black suits and all that. I just, something was changing in me. And I realized that I wanted to leave. So I wrote my resignation letter by faith. Before I could turn it in, my supervisor with tears running down his face said, "We're letting you go." I put it in my pocket so I could get that unemployment check and went on the road with my business.
Listen, okay, get this coin, chick. She said, "Mama ain't raised no fool. I'm out of here, but you can go ahead and give me that severance."
That was the best firing I ever had. And literally the next day I was on the road with my kit. I had created this vaginal steaming kit. And within the first year, I covered half the US out of my trunk, introducing women to this healing modality. And here we are today in 12 different countries with our brand. So we've just blown up. And I'm grateful because I really did it for me. I don't want to sound selfish, but I was very clear that I couldn't give what I didn't have.
Exactly.
So, I got on my healing path and making it a business because it worked for me. And I just wanted to share my experience. I had no idea what I was doing would go this far.
Yeah. That's so awesome. What are some of the testimonies that women have shared with you? How have you impacted their lives?
Oh my goodness. So we have a whole running archive of what we call Womb Sauna babies. Wow. So other women who had struggles with infertility, they send us pictures, they tag us on Instagram, showing us the cute little baby videos and stuff. And I love that. A lot of women feel like this has helped them birth their businesses. Huffington Post featured us about our work, talking about how women get on this pot and they get the courage to pursue their passions and they get successful.
Yeah.
Something about the womb space, it just opens that up for them. I've had women overcome fibroid issues, ovarian disorders, depression. We have a whole network of support partners who help with mental health, emotional well-being. So when you come here, you get this whole mind, body, spirit, support and connection. Most of our women come to be proactive. We get some women who may be facing like hysterectomies and stuff, but because they coming in before it gets to that point, they're able to avoid a lot of that, a lot of surgeries and stuff. And so that's just a few of the testimonials and Google us because everybody's talking about it. I'm always getting notifications. That's why I can't keep a battery charge on this phone.
When you pop in, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm grateful. It surprises me. It keeps me in awe, honestly, because I'm just being my authentic self and I just keep showing up. So whoever has a dream and a passion out there, you may think, don't count the likes, don't count the shares, don't think that is what validates your gift. What validates you is how good it feels. If it's lighting your soul up, do that every day, and that's just what I do. It seems to be working so far. Yeah. And I'm grateful.
Well, I want you to talk to me too about expanding your business because you're not just, you don't just have the spa where someone comes and gets the steam, but you're also an author and a public speaker and a coach. So talk to me about that, about how you diversify your healing.
So I realized very quickly that I could not do this work alone. And I'm also very passionate about sisterhood and like the tribal community mindset. So a few years into the business, I started training and certifying people. So the same way like massage therapists, they get trained and certified, I was able to create my expression of vaginal steaming. And that's what helped take us international. So we got certified womb sauna practitioners who've been trained in how to hold that sacred space. But yeah, I also love to speak. I love to be in front of crowds of people. You put me in a room full of women, we twerking, we praying, we crying all at the same time. You know, that's just how my gift is set up. And so I noticed that I was starting to service some of the most influential women in the world, you know, leaders, pastors, business owners, and they would say, okay, Thema, I want to bring you into my community of women. They need to hear what you're saying to me on the pod. They need transformation too. And that's how I got on the path of being a public speaker, writing books. I'm working on one of my signature books now. I have an anthology I did called The Woman Behind the Mask, where I talk about the power of vulnerability as your strength and telling your story and how important that is. And so, yeah, that's really where that came from. And I'm not surprised because I come from a family of ministers. So we all end up on the stage somewhere. Even my daughter, she sees a stage, she thinks it's hers, and she goes on it.
Oh, I love that. Tell me more about her. How old is she? You said 5?
She's going to be 5 next month, going on 105. You know, she cracked me up. She had beat me up yesterday. She was up before me. She was real quiet. So by the time I woke up, she said, oh, Mom, you needed your rest. And so I just decided to just sit still for you so you could get some rest.
Oh, my gosh.
Last week, it was, when am I going to get the business? I said, before. What do you mean? And then she followed that with the Womb Sauna.
Oh.
This global empire.
Okay. Little mama got foresight. Listen.
4. Going on like 100. So she is my first testimonial of my work.
Yeah.
You know, before I did this for any other woman, I did it for me. And I worked on myself for 2 years before I offered this to anybody else. And so I think just as a general principle as women, we really need to start putting ourselves at the top of the list. You know, we have this habit of giving to everybody else, taking care of everybody else. And it always takes a crisis for us to get back to us.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's time to be different. I said, I want my daughter to see me showing her what it looks like to take care of yourself so that you're at full capacity and you can take care of other people. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how we run. He wants the business at 4. I can't believe that.
I love the foresight that shows that you're exposing her to the right things, that's even on her mind. So I'm looking forward to what she's got in store, because she sounds like she's going to be a powerful little thing.
She is Thema 2.0. And then guess what she said after that, though? What? She said, but I got to tell you something, Ma. She said, I need compensation. I said, when did you even learn that word? Boss Junior?
Yes, language, yes, vocabulary.
I got a W-2 for you, girl. I got one for you.
That is so awesome. You got to remind her of this. That's so cute.
Yeah, she's something else.
So talk to me about, all right, let's get a little personal. I've been doing some research lately on narcissists and codependency. And I feel like I've been talking to a lot of my girlfriends and just watching what's happening. And I just feel like it's probably a really great time for narcissists to step out and show themselves. One, we got Trump in the White House acting a fool. And I feel like he fits the profile of somebody like that. But also, like, a lot of people are experiencing loneliness. And, like, you know, we're being triggered by what's happening in the world. So anyway, saying that to say, if you're coming out of any kind of abusive relationship, but I guess in this instance, more emotionally, what professional advice would you offer?
Oh, that's such a great question. And that's so in sync because I'm literally doing a master class right now where we're talking about codependency
Wow.
and coming out of those cycles. And so what I would say is the key to really getting the kind of love, experience, relationship you're looking for is to become what you're seeking,
Mm.
because that changes your vibration. And people who are not even able to handle the altitude that you rise to won't even see you as an option. So you don't even have to do that
Oh.
dance anymore. There's a meme I saw circulating on social media, and it was talking about the eagle and the crow. And the eagle is a big, powerful bird, but the crow has the courage and audacity to try to get on the back of the eagle and peck at its neck. So what does the eagle do? It doesn't flip over and fight with the crow and say, why you in my life? You need to go. No, all it does is just rise to an altitude that the crow can't survive. No
Woo.
matter what you've been through, you are not what you've gone through. And just because somebody outside of you has decided to mistreat you, you are not defined by other people's perception of you or bad behavior. You get to choose your worth and your value. And the formula, the key to getting healthier relationships and really being satisfied and fulfilled is to become what you're looking for. So that way you're not relating to people from an emotional deficit where they have a space to even manipulate and take control of you because you're in a lack energy. You are now coming to your relationships in overflow, standing in the truth of who you are. And it's no longer about what I need. It's about what I want. And my mantra right now is I get what I want. I am God's spoiled brat.
Yes.
If you've experienced a narcissistic partner and abuse, I'm a survivor of domestic abuse. I do work with a lot of women around that. Please put yourself in therapy and don't leave for years. Like I told my therapist, she probably have to fire me because I don't plan to stop coming. I just feel like if you're a Black woman in America, you need a space to have somebody monitor your brain and understand how it works so that it doesn't break.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know, and so really find a holistic therapist. There are tons of therapists who can match your value system and hold that space for you. And sit there and start studying yourself and how you created that past experience that was painful and what needs to shift in you to create better experiences, because the power is always in you. Like whatever you create, you can uncreate. That's why you should forgive yourself and move on, because you still have the potential to create something better, and you can do that. So that's my advice.
Ooh, amazing. Listen, girl, I knew you was going to have a word, but I didn't expect that. If that wasn't a reason enough,
have a good time.
if that wasn't reason enough to go to the wombsauna.com right now, I'm telling you, it's okay. You can hop off this live and go support my sis, okay? Because she's dropping gems and she's helping us be empowered. And I think that that's the most important thing right now, especially as you say, we're having all of these discussions about protect the Black women. And yes, we would love our men and other groups to support us, but at the end of the day, we have to do it for ourselves. So I love that.
You set the standard.
Mm-hmm. I even like how you were saying, let somebody monitor your mind. We'll pick a hairstylist, like that's a joke. Guys will pick a barber and they never cheat on that barber. We pick a hairstylist, we never cheat on that hairstylist. But we don't do that for our emotional or even some of our physical well-being. So
nah, it's not optional for me. For one, because of the nature of my work. Like as somebody, anybody listening, if you help other people, you empower other people, like you have to learn how to empty out or you will burn out.
Yeah.
You know, so that's real. So it's not optional for me. But even if I wasn't in this profession, I just feel like, again, if you a Black woman in America under this Trump administration, at that, I'm gonna need you to be on somebody's couch with your feet up talking about your life.
For real, for real. What, girl? I could sit here and talk to you all day. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. Because you're a minister, you're ordained minister. You said you come from a long family of ministry. How has the church received holistic healing? And I guess what I
Oh
mean by
my
that is
God.
sometimes you
So
get the
good.
question. Okay. Yep.
Yes, I just said, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, we could be here for 3 hours just off of that question because it's so rich.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church. And then I went from Seventh-day Adventist to non-denominational. Then I went from non-denominational to like organic church, which is like house church. We met in each other's
Okay.
homes. And then I took like what I call my 2-year wilderness experience, where it was just me and God because I don't have a memory of not knowing God for myself. I was 2 years old laying hands on folks.
Wow.
So I've always kind of felt connected to God, but I knew that I was outgrowing doctrine.
Mm.
And it was when I transitioned from having permed hair to natural hair. My hairstylist, she was cutting out the perm. She was saying stuff to me that only me and God knew. I was like, who is this woman? What church she go to? So I asked her and she laughed. She was like, I'm a Yoruba priestess. I was like, oh, what? I had no idea about African spirituality or any of that. So the way I ended up becoming an interfaith minister is, I always grew up hearing that God was omnipresent, but literally in my life, I started seeing the diversity of God and that God literally was everywhere, not just in my church. And that changed how I serve, and that changed how I minister. And I was beginning to feel like Paul in the Bible. He was like, if I'm amongst the Jews, I can speak to the Jews. If I'm amongst the Gentiles, I can speak. Like, it didn't matter what cultural group I was amongst. God was there, and we were able to connect in that. And when I first made that shift, honestly, people was like, girl, you are off path. What are you doing? What are you reading? I was reading my Bible, actually.
Mm.
Started reading other things. But after leaving and stepping fully into my courage and my gift, I was able to get on more pulpits outside of my habits than when I was sitting there every week. And I was able to serve at a whole nother level. So people today receive me very well in the church community, and they come and they pop their squat.
I love you. I love your honesty and I love you.
And we say hallelujah. Sometimes we sing hymns. We do all of that in here.
I know that's right. She said, and they caught their squad.
Yes.
Are all yoni steams or all womb healers created equal? What would you say to the person that's trying to figure that out?
So our industry is so fresh. I'm so excited because honestly, when I got started, this wasn't even Googleable. So I've got to kind of see the evolution, and it's an exciting time. I can't speak to the health benefits of how other people do it. So it's just like massage therapy. Some people do deep tissue. Some people do Swedish, right? We do the womb sauna. I can't speak for what other people are creating. We ran data and we have statistics on the value of our method. I think vaginal steaming is helpful, period. Just because herbal medicine, the womb responds very well. But I just can't say if we're better or not. I know we've been ranked number one. I know what testimonials we get, and I know that we're impact focused on our method because women are raving about it and saying it's changing their lives. And so shout out to all my other sisters in the industry doing it too. I think it's exciting. I think we will continue to co-create. But if you are trying to decide what's best for your healing path, I say really follow your intuition. As women, our instincts lead us very well. And all the women who've crossed my path, they feel like they were led to what we offer, So I say follow your instincts and ask questions.
So how many locations do you have so people can look you up and find your partners?
Mm-hmm.
You say you have international locations.
Yeah, so we have certified practitioners in 12 different countries. We have a directory on our website. So you go to thewombsauna.com, and under our What We Offer tab, you can put in your zip code or your state and find someone in your area. And if you can't find that in our directory, still contact us because some of our students aren't listed just because they haven't fully graduated yet. Right now, we have about 600 students in training for our program in different regions. So again, if you don't see it, just shoot us an email and we'll tell you exactly where someone is and when they're available to service you. We also have been doing a lot of like Skype or phone, with this COVID-19 environment.
Yeah.
I've been holding space for people all over the world, literally. I mean, the internet has made that possible. So if you just need to have a conversation, you need to process what I call your womb story. Is when I interview your womb and say, what has your journey been? I'll be like, hey, girl, what has your journey been in this life? And women begin to tell me things that sometimes they've never talked about. And I provide resources, tools, and love and understanding, and healing begins to happen even with that. So that's an option as well. And you can book that through thewombsauna.com. All of the details are there. We have a strong YouTube presence with over 250 video content, mini lectures, guided meditations. So if you ain't got the coin right now, but you still need some healing, go on YouTube, type in the Womb Sauna. You'll see all of what we have there, and you can do that as well. And then we also have a community in Facebook with over 1,500 women where we tell all our business. We connect and we bond. So you can be a part. That group is called Let the Womb Be Heard. I just finished up a 14-day free live stream on the power of pleasure, giving 14 physiological reasons that you should have 7 orgasms every week. Like, this is the kind of thing we do. We heal everything, mind, body, spirit. And so you want to stay connected so you can get the tools and resources that you need.
I love that. Actually, I want to talk more about that, the power of pleasure. They say majority of women never experience orgasm. I can't relate, but I'm saying.
That is not God's plan for y'all. Let me go into minister mode. Let me preach. That is not God's plan for your yoni. It is God's plan. God made your clitoris for a reason. It is God's plan that you have pleasure in your life. There are different reasons. Some women, it's because of sexual trauma, right? That's unprocessed. And so they haven't learned how to reset their body. So you got to remember, your body is always being obedient to your consciousness. So in order for you to be able to reclaim your power, the energy that you took from the person who violated you, you got to learn how to send that back to them and reclaim your energy that they tried to take from you. So I hand walk women through how to do that. So that's one layer of it. The other layer is, we're in a patriarchal culture, and a lot of people in our society want to control what we do with our vagina and with pleasure and with our bodies. Grew up in a religious context, you probably got some dogma and indoctrination in there that makes you feel guilt or shame about just even exploring your body. And so I teach women how to break through that as well. I had to go through that process myself. And so I'm a sensual savage. If there's pleasure available, I'm going to receive it.
She got so many bars, y'all.
And I don't apologize for it, And so I try to give women that joy. I feel like being able to have more pleasure in your life increases your capacity for joy. And I do teach sacred sexuality. I do teach women what to do for sensual and sexual health care. Literally, women who orgasm more have less chances of having dementia. Like, it's good for your brain. It's good for your heart. You're getting some cardio, It's great. And I don't know why we deny it. You could not be more deserving. And so if you have challenges with your sexuality and having orgasms and pleasure, I think you should prioritize learning what you need to do to overcome those challenges, because your body will benefit from it.
I appreciate you so much, Thema. This was an amazing chat and conversation, guys. Make sure you follow her right here on Instagram, The Womb Sauna. Of course, visit her website, thewombsauna.com. She done gave us some more resources. She got a YouTube channel and a Facebook group. Listen, if you can't get in touch with her, I don't really know what else to tell you, because she right there.
Right here, just Google us. We're all over the internet.
Yes. So I'm a new fan, and I'm definitely going to be contacting you, sis, because like I got some healing to do. I need to step into my
Let's
best
do it.
self, and I can hear that you definitely are unlocking and breaking a lot of these barriers for so many women. So thank you for your service, and thank you for spending some time with me on here today and dropping your game. And I look forward to
Yes,
keeping
thank
in
you for
touch.
having me. I'm a fan of yours. I'm so glad that we had this time together. Anything I can do to support you, I'm here.
For sure. Holidays coming up. We should talk about something. I don't want to say too
Yeah,
much on the live, but we'll definitely be in
get
touch.
the people excited. Yeah,
Right.
we'll talk behind the scenes and then we'll bring it back.
All right, there it is. There it is. Thank you again so much. Thema Azize Serwa, the Womb
Yes.
Sauna. Make sure you guys go support and like love on yourself so that we can properly love each other. You feel me? It's more than enough
Yes.
to go around. So until next time, guys, I'm Bobby Pin.
Peace.